Hey, how you doing? Welcome to the den, authentic Barnwood. My name is Troy. You want water? It's she's gonna be a hot one today. It's already getting hot actually. But we got a few things to talk about. So let's go over here to my office and we'll talk about some tools. Corded versus not. Which are better? Well, guess it kind of depends on what you're doing, right? There, God, why are you so close to me? There, how about that? Right over here. And I'll get you set up. Yeah, I've been a little quiet lately, but that's only because I've been on some like top secret missions, Barnwood missions, right? Here, let me shut this thing. All right, where were we? Oh yeah, I think we were talking about corded versus not. So today I've got a little demonstration just to go a little further than just talking about why I like certain aspects of each of the tool, the corded tool versus the uncorded tool, battery operated. And the tool today of selection is gonna be the Sawzall. Because this right here, when salvaging barnwood, is extremely important. And like probably one of the most valuable tools actually in like the whole toolbox when it comes to barnwood. So anyways, as I put my boots on here, get on the way. So yeah, so who do we got on here today? Go ahead, drop it in the comments where you're from. I'd be interested. I'm down here in Manitoba, Canada. Not too far. Well, I guess from here, like, yeah, actually it is quite far to the US border, but we're somewhere pretty much planted in the middle. It's crazy up here with that, what's going on like right now currently with those forest fires in northern Manitoba, well, Saskatchewan as well. I mean, they started early, but it was like 2 days ago. You know, it wasn't smoky. Well, it actually was, but you didn't realize it until like I was looking back on some of the photos that I took during the day, and I was like, oh, those are kind of eerie, like cemetery type photos. Anyways, yeah, and then all of a sudden, like, boom, wind switched, and you could see it that night, or the next night, it was like the street lights, they just had like this triangle, and I don't know, it was just hazy. That red sun as she's going down. So anyways, that's where I am. Where are you guys? You know what I should do? I'm gonna mute my phone so when someone annoys us with a text message, I'll be like, we're busy. Anyways, what was I talking about? Oh yeah, my boots. Hate wearing work boots. They suck. Work shoes, I don't know, they're better, but they all kind of suck. They've never, I don't know why, but like, it just slows you down. Anyways, gotta wear them. Because we're gonna be demonstrating today with my visual. Who wants to take a look here? All right, you do? Yeah, me too. Me too. Anyway, so here we go. This is what I've kind of picked out for you here. So what I'm doing, these were super long posts, right? Really nice wood. And we got these metal brackets, right? L brackets that were holding that post in place. Actually shot up into the sky. So this is what we're after today. And I know like a lot of people, oh, hey, how you doing? A lot of people think that wood is like barnwood is only to do with wood. Well, actually, the hardware, which I would consider this, is pretty valuable too. It's valuable just as like scrap alone. But if you want like 10 times your value, you probably want to sell it or use it. Sorry, I'll just get this out of the way. Sell it or use it. I mean, if you're trying to earn a little bit of cash from this, right? By the way, that was a really nice board. That's fir, and it just like jammed me. Yeah, splinter. If you don't get Barnwood splinters, like slivers, if you haven't had one yet, you definitely haven't been doing Barnwood long enough. But okay, so I have just minimal tools. We need the sledgehammer. That's why we need the boots, right? And actually, like, it would be really nice to have shin guards. But anyways, this for sure. And then we'll get into the corded versus not in a minute. Minute and a half, maybe 2. I don't know. Hard to say. Hey, I'm gonna get you closer here so you can see what the heck is going on. But like, this is the best way that I've found to get this off. When I say best way, I mean like cheapest. Here, what are you looking at me for? Here we go. There you go. There we go. Maybe what I'll do, bear with me here. Amateur, one man a hammer show. So what we got here, we got some deadly bolts. Okay, so now we could grind these off, but the only thing fixing them is that one bolt to this concrete. And then we have these 3 that would go through the board. And then we got these compression rings, okay, that would compress, sorry, get out of my way, would compress around the wood, and they look like this. So they compress around the bolt, rather. So you can kind of see it here, right? So this was actually a Canadian patent developed right around the World War II era, 1942, because that's when this place was built, 42, 43. So this was a Canadian patent. So what happens with this compression ring is that it goes in here, it goes into the wood around the bolt, and with the changing of the seasons, the wood would contract, right? And then and tighten down onto the bolt, making it like double as strong. And trust me, getting these things apart, yeah, definitely. Anyways, that's what we're gonna do. So what we're gonna do, we're just gonna do a little bit of prep work. There's one on each side, okay? 1, 2. We're gonna use that to get a little persuasion to put like a left-hand turn on this, right? So we can get our Sawzall blade in there. Yeah, and then once we get the Sawzall blade in there, we can talk about tools. Sorry, it's really hard actually to like do 2 things at once. I'm trying to like screw this mount back into my, anyways. What are you making? No, not making, taking apart. Yeah, we're taking apart. So I don't know where the best spot's gonna be. I want you to kind of see what's going on, but then I don't want you to get hit by a hammer. That'd be terrible. You'd be like, I was just sitting there watching this YouTube guy doing a live, and I got hit by a sledgehammer. Good Lord, what a story to tell. Here, I'm lowering you down. That's what I'm gonna do. I want you like right there. I want you like right there with me. Yeah, so, talk about right here with me. What does it smell like right now? It smells like a big whacking campfire out here. And you're in it and you don't even really know. So I got lots of stuff here to make though with. That's not what we're doing. All right, I'm gonna flip you around again. All right guys, check that out. How's that? Better? Okay, so I'm gonna be standing there. So I want you to kind of watch that bolt. If I can zoom in there. Oh yeah. Put you between my legs here. I think this will work. All right. Very minimal tools. Some work gloves. Let's see. How's that? Okay, so I just want to put a little left in it. There you go. You can see how you can see that. This is the angle that we're going to try and work on, though. So I got to think this is going right. So I kind of want it like this, ideally. So kind of going back. Let's try that again. A couple more. There you go. Yeah. All right. It's kind of cool making these videos and not editing them. All right. And there we go. We'll do the same thing on the other side. Oh yeah, right here. Put a left-hand turn into it. That should do. Okay, we're done with him. Every time you pick that up, yeah, it's like instant sweat. It's just like picking up a rake. I get that anyways. A rake. All right. Whoa. I was like, that's so I'm dizzy. I get it. All right. So we got some left-hand turn into it. I promise to stop moving this around so much. All right. Come on with me. All right, I'm back. Thanks for hanging in there, guys. I don't know, it's kind of rude. It's like texting while someone's like talking to you right in front of your face. Yeah. How's that? Now, you're good. All right, so we put a little bit of left-hand turn into it. Now we're gonna decide which is better. I'm not sure which is better, but they do have certain uses at certain times. So, for example, if like they're both sawzalls, right? They go back and forth and they cut wood, metal, tin, right? Material. The corded is pretty awesome because it just doesn't die, right? They get hot. They do get hot, but it actually takes less time for this right here. The battery takes less time than the corded to heat up. That's what I found anyways. Please like put in the comments there what your experiences are, but in my own experiences I find that the corded, you can just use it all day. I like to have a couple of them because they do heat up, right? So you can kind of switch off, or especially if you're out, like let's say at an old building like we are right now, or the building's gone, but there are pieces here. I would probably want to use the corded, but then there's the price, right? Like there is a big price difference, because anytime you see this, like I got the corded for like $150, And then this guy here comes with a set and it's like $1,000, right? Or over $1,000. And you're like, what? And then the batteries, it's like a second mortgage, literally, to buy a set. So there are those. So you need batteries. You need extension cords if you're going to be using corded. And not just like any one just off the shelf. Like you want some like industrial type extension cords. They put, that lights up when there's power, which is kind of nice sometimes to know. And then there's different lengths. So like this here is, $100. Everything $100. $100. $100. Right? So you can't just, you're gonna need multiple batteries. That's for sure if you're gonna be doing anything with your tool, especially if you're going to be doing like a lot of it or all day long, for example. So if you buy either way, like if you're out in an abandoned or a building that's out in the wild, in the prairies, for example, or out in the countryside, chances are there will not be power there. Sometimes there is. If it's on a farm site, for example, and it's like just set back out of the way, like there's still access to power. But for the most part, like you're kind of on your own. So you're going to need some sort of power generating system, whether it be battery operated, like a big battery type generator, or gas, which comes to this one. It's nice to have just something small, right? Something small. This one's 2,500 watts, the Champ. It's been pretty good. It's nice and light. It's quiet. We can turn it on, except I'm just not right now because it would probably be annoying for you guys. It would be annoying for me. But anyways, so like there's extra things that you're going to need. So you're going to kind of need a generator, unless you have a bank of batteries, like a good stack of them, and you might get away without having it. But then what if you're down to like 2 cuts and then all of a sudden you got no battery left? You're like, ugh. So I guess that same thing could happen. You could run out of gas too, like on the generator. But this thing here, it'll run like almost all day, pretty well all day. Well, it depends what a full day is. Like if you're running like a 12-hour day and you just have this thing going all the time, and then you like at lunchtime you plugged in your air fryer and you made some steaks or something. Yeah, pierogies. Pierogies. Actually, that's what I was gonna have for lunch. Anyways, so that's why the generator is good. As far as like I was saying, it runs 8 hours, 9 hours, I don't know, probably something like that, like 10 maybe. Quite a long time. Depends if you're on eco or not. So you're like, why are you talking about generator? You're talking about sawzalls. No, you're absolutely right. Thank you for reminding me. So I don't know. This is an older Milwaukee, but I mean it's all the same kind of stuff. If you can get yourself some hard cases for all your tools, especially if you're taking them out of your workshop, that's a pretty good idea. Like this is like Milwaukee demolition pack, I believe is what they call it. It's like an everything pack. The nice thing is that it comes with something that holds your blades. What we're gonna use today here is the torch. Here, I love these ones, right? These are the 9-inch, 7-inch, 7-inch, 9-inch, 9-inch. Yeah, I had to look. Yeah, but anyways, these are the 9-inch, the torch. These are awesome for metal. They're nice and thin, so they really get into that hard to reach place, and they're long enough that you can work on this. Once this goes dull or this goes dull, you can switch spots on the blade, which is nice because it's a little longer, but you're gonna have a lot more like bang, right? And then you crinkle your blade and you're like yeah, that can also happen. But 9-inch, really nice. So okay, we should probably do this. We'll do one on one side, one on the other. Okay. See, the idea here is to not use either of these tools to cut right through the bolt. We don't want to do that. That's a horrible idea. Why? Because these blades aren't cheap. Nothing's cheap. Nothing's cheap anymore. It was probably never cheap to begin with, ever. I don't even know what cheap means. It's like in French, like there is no word for like cheap. Like cher is expensive, moins cher is like less expensive. That's it. Anyways, yeah. So we are going to try this. Right? I want to make sure that I don't ding this like we were just talking about. Nice and slow. Just see where your blade ends up going. Yeah, so I can actually see now, like exactly where my blade is, and I know not to go any further or I'm gonna like jam my blade. But this 9-inch gives me enough flex that I can get nice and flat. Not bad. Starting to sink into it. Want to go, I don't know, about halfway probably. Halfway into it if we can. Not quite halfway. Right on. Alright, got about halfway. Save your blade. Now put a right hand turn into it, right? I'm gonna switch off, go the other direction with the hammer. This should be good. Go! Check it out. So you can see how much that saw blade actually went through. I think I cut about into it about that far. About half, not quite. A little persuasion. You saw I didn't hit that really hard. Like I just kind of just tapping on it. But we are now free on this side. So, would I run? I have like 20 some of these posts. You can see them kind of down the line. You know, I got like 20 some of these posts to do. Which do I use? Do I use the battery or do I use the corded? Well, it's gonna get a little bit louder. And that's because we're gonna start that generator. You might not hear it actually. There's like pretty good noise canceling on YouTube here. There, how's that? How's that? I like it. You said you like it? Okay, good. All right, we're going to have to start this thing, which is nice. It's a nice, easy pull start. We need $100. I mean an extension cord. You guys are funny. But it's true, it's like, I don't know, the extension cord you can use for a lot of things. The battery you can only use for other tools of that certain kind. So there is that. I don't know, we'll just take the new blade out of this one. We'll put it into this one. We should plug it in more. We should plug it in both sides. So we had that left-hand turn put into it. I can see where I can see it goes, like just touches this corner. Not quite, so I know that's my max. Back it off a little bit. Come, start. Something like that. Goal. Yeah, and that's it right there. So it's kind of like Sawzalls are really, really cool tools, but they're not used a lot. They're not used, like, they're used a lot, but I mean by everybody. Like, I would say skill saw is like way more used than one of these, right? But like that's what I found whenever like I brought someone out and they're not super familiar with them. I mean, they understand the concept, obviously. It's a blade that goes back and forth, but they just like full out, wah, and just go, and then blades break, and you know, money flies out. So yeah, I think for this, like, I can already feel the heat on this with my hand right here. Hey, what, like, Milwaukee fuel. This one here, feel nothing. Feel nothing. This one's hot already. So which do I use for this? I know for a fact when these tools start getting hot, that's a problem. That's definitely a problem. Because what happens is, it doesn't just like screw the tool. So there's a lot of times that battery can be exposed to, and then you're like, oh man, another mortgage payment. I gotta buy a set of Milwaukee batteries. Doesn't matter what tool and company it is. I really feel like we're really pushed to buy these. But this here, I don't know, I'm still gonna say is my all-time favorite right here. With the cord. You know, one cord, like, you can use it all winter. You can use it for like super lots of things. You can get long ones, you can get heavier gauge, a little heavier gauge, and this is like pretty cheap. If you burn it out, you wreck a cord, you cut a cord, you can fix the cord. But if something goes wrong internally with this, which it's really hard to do actually, like, you can't even melt these down from overuse. Like, so I'd still pick the corded for Barnwood. Yeah, I would pick corded for sure. I know, like, it's not like, you get used to it, right? Let's say like you had something, I don't know, you need here, you definitely need something, don't tie it in a knot. You need something for a connector if you're dragging it around a building, because there's stuff to get caught on. But really, I mean, yes, there's stuff to get caught on, but if you're working in a certain area, like, it's a planned task. So you string out your cords, you get your tools ready, you get everything ready, so it's like all part of the process. I don't use that for everything, but if I'm gonna go all day, like I'm going to be today, at least half a day or whatever, couple hours, we'll see. I don't know, I haven't really done too many of these posts. So we'll kind of figure it out. I think it's gonna be like 20 minutes of post as we go, because not only do we have to, we have to split this thing apart too, and turn it into like pieces that a guy can haul down the road. So yeah, I don't know, I'm just gonna keep on cutting here and kind of working, but I wanted to like just talk about it because it is one of those things, and a lot of people, like, there's a lot of great tool reviews out there. Some that I would say they try too hard. But like, this is like a real life situation, and this is really what's happening. So there's 1, 2, 3, there's 10 down here, so there's 30 cuts there, 31, and 32, so 2 all the way down. That's a lot of cuts. It's a lot of cuts. 50 cuts, and that doesn't even like count if this was completely warped, because some of this like has moved and shifted over like the 80 some years of this, 90 years of this has been actually standing. So, and then we wreck some stuff because we use a traco and we try to get these things out. So that's probably what did it too. But anyways, so we're gonna cut those, and then so something's like kinked like that, add additional bonus cuts. So there's gonna be a lot of cuts. We might go to grinding, but I don't like sparks. I mean, if I can get away with not grinding, you know, it's face shield on, like it's it definitely heightens the danger level for error. That's another video in itself, angle grinders, holy man. Anyway, so what do I want to cut first? Right down the middle. See, first I see that it's nice and straight, and I come out the hole, so I'll just make, same thing, cut, not quite all the way through, not quite halfway through, close. Like downward pressure, like if you can stop whatever you're cutting from shaking, you'll have a way better cut. And you know you're cutting nice, like you can see little shards of whatever you're cutting coming off, it's sinking down nice. You don't want to go just straight onto it, you want to kind of angle and seesaw a little bit. Yeah. Probably don't have that facing. Yeah, because like if it kicks back. When it kicks back, it's because it pinches, right? And that'll happen here, but we'll stop before that happens, obviously, because we're not going past half. There you go. Not many, so this battery tool can last quite a long time here, but like I said, it was already heating up just off of one. I could have cut maybe a little bit more. Yeah, that's fine. Do that to me then. Anyway, so yeah, all the wood's gotta go too. Anyways, we'll get to that one. Let's try this one now. So I'm not going all the way through. I'll have to flip it over and hit it by the looks of things. But okay. Now the guy in the middle. Some of that wood out of there. Get you up there. I'll save you. Nice. Barnwood, if you're gonna touch it, put your gloves on. For sure. For sure. Yeah. Still didn't break. What did I say, 20 minutes each one? Yeah, probably. Hit it. Gotta hit it. Jesus. I don't know, I guess. Cut further. What'd I say? Not quite halfway? Maybe cut halfway. Well, that's halfway. For sure that's halfway. So there's that kickback. Oh, that's a rig. I don't know. Prove me wrong. Anyways, I think these can bust out of there better than that. Try again on the next one. I know we got 20 of them to get it figured out. This is number 2. Those other ones work pretty decent. when I tried them. Look at all this nice firewood. Wow. Take some of this home, probably. I don't think I don't have enough fires there. Oh yeah, definitely have fires there. Hey, that's that compression ring that I was talking about earlier. Finally, I got it through. Was anyone timing that? Definitely, it was longer than 20 minutes. But I guess we talked there quite a bit too. Like, can't really count that. Oh, my mission is coming in. You guys even see that? That's like how smoky she is. That's my helicopter coming to pick me up. Bring reinforcements. No, it's the hospital. Where is it? Anyway, so yeah, I'm gonna keep these things. They're really cool. Right, they're really kind of cool. They can press down on the bolt, on the wood around the bolt as the wood, you know, moves through the seasons. And boom! You got some pretty cool do-it-yourself crafter type things. I don't know what it's going to be yet. Maybe nothing. Maybe just scrap metal. Put in the corner, forgotten about. Or possibly we do something with it and it turns into like, I don't know, money. Okay, this definitely has to be cut more. Okay, so we'll try something different here. I'll cut the bottom just like you would, like cutting a piece of wood. So I gave the relief cut on the bottom, and I'll cut the top. There's that kick back. Nice to stop it right before that. There's that, like that's great. Totally. Maybe I was hitting it too hard before. So yeah, this actually worked out pretty good. There is rust on these bolts, and this is rather tight. Oh, it's a tight bit, so you have to cut a few extra. But right here, like we just got, this goes into the scrap metal pile and collect some money out of that someday when she gets filled up. Scrap pile that is. Now I could just throw all of these out, right? Or into the scrap pile at least. But that wouldn't be any fun. Plus, I don't know, you have to take them apart at some point, and they're way easier to haul when they're taken apart. I mean, there's else. There, nice little scrap metal. We're cut down pretty flush here. Yeah, and then we got 2 metal plates. So yeah, this tool here, I know it only made one cut, but like there was nothing happening there. Like it wasn't cold, or it wasn't hot, as in like where the motor is. This one here to the bare hand, yeah, you can definitely feel some heat. So I'll probably use this for the rest of them, as long as I have blades. But I am gonna get the hang of like hitting on those or cutting them just right, so when I hit on it, it'll take 3 maybe hits or 4, something like that. Minimal, hopefully, for each one. And boom, we can move on to the other side. So we got 10 here, we got 10 down the other side, and we got 1 in the middle. And the one in the middle is a special one. Any questions? You guys are funny. You crack me up. Okay, let's go check out some other bolts here. Yeah, here's some from the other ones. So these are all nails. Each one of these pails weigh, the 5-gallon ones anyways, weigh somewhere around 60, 70 pounds. And then, you know, these are gonna add up. You come up with a ton here, just some bolts. It's crazy, eh? Crazy eights. All right, what do we got? Where are you going? I'm gonna take you over here. We'll have a look at some other bolts that are out here, or were out here. So yeah, Sawzalls, I don't know. What do I pick? I picked the one for the job. Like, if you just want to go up, say onto the roof, for example, or up into somewhere where it's kind of down somewhere where it's like, you just got to get down there and make one cut, battery, for sure. If you're using it all day long, like I will be, then yeah, definitely cordless. The generator, gas for us. I would like to kind of switch that up here at some point, and maybe go like some kind of crazy solar battery. Who knows? Try that out. Trying to get this piece out just for you. Oh, look at that. That split. That's perfect. So this is an example here, right? Okay, this is a firewood pile. We heated 7-8 homes last year with this. This here is Douglas fir, but there's a mix of fir and spruce in here. So this right here is like a beer box full of like empty beer bottles or cans, because this is the only firewood like with a return on it, and that comes in the form of, after it's burnt, you come up with a bunch of metal in it. Just because this runs through a fire doesn't mean that it's like no good or something. No, it's completely good, probably better clean, but or scrap metal, right? So yeah, like you saw there with all the nails, like a pile like this has limited nails actually, because this one building in particular was mostly beam, but some other buildings, like your scrap pile, if you burn it, you could go get all this stuff, and you'd need a magnet though, right? And like more than just like probably something with wheels on it for construction, although that will work, but something maybe a little stronger that's hooked onto like one of these guys, and it's just an attachment instead of that bucket. It's a big magnet on there, but I mean, that's not easy to come by neither, unless you know someone, or like scrap yards have them, or maybe you just want off a skid steer. That could be more attainable, but you still got to find someone that has it if you don't. Yeah, so put that with our metal pile right over here. Okay, so I don't know, I have today to do this. So what is this? I'm gonna get this down to 20 minutes. I'm not gonna make you watch me work all day, unless you want me to. I don't know, you wanna come to work with me? Sunday. Okay, so all these, so let's count it out. So we've already done these. Right now it's like 10 o'clock already. I have to do this and finish this today. This is one of the major critical tasks that needs to be done, but this is kind of one of the last tasks too, and I can just do this one in particular by myself. So we've got 20 minutes. We're gonna get the next one down to 20 minutes, I promise you, or better, maybe 15 if I do it right. So anyways, let's go 20, 40, an hour, 20, 40, an hour, and then the middle one and that one, and move an hour. 1, 2, 3, 1 o'clock. Now we're into eating pierogies and steak for lunch. Yeah, we're well into that steak. Probably ate it already by this time. Then we got over here the same thing again. So 6 hours. Yeah, if I'd like to do it in 5. We'll see. I'll have to hit it. You remember that? I was like, here, do it like this, and I'm like, miss, or not like that. I don't know, all the pressure you guys put me on. But anyways, yeah, you can do a lot with a sledgehammer too, but these things are like horrible. Like, I'm already starting to sweat. You can see that, like I'm starting to sweat already. And yeah, I get white shirt. No, like, you never see like anybody in a white shirt doing Barnwood and clean, but I'm like, yeah, clean. All right. Anyways, thanks everyone for like saying hi here in the comments, and I didn't get any questions, but that's all right. That's all right. Maybe I can give you a chance there now if anyone has a question. We've only been rambling for 45 minutes. That's not bad. Usually like a 20-minute live is pretty good, like 25. Half hour if you're like really entertaining. Or 45, or just like some of them, they just run like all day long, and you're like scrolling through them and you're watching this like person sitting on a floor in whatever country they may be in. I don't know. And then you just watch that all day. I would never do that to you guys. I would never make you watch me take these out all day long. I like try to shorten it into a video. Oh, thank you so much for the comment, Meth Ramble. I don't even know what that means. Yeah, so end of day. We'll end this ramble. But what do I pick again? I pick corded over battery for long haul cuts or multiple cuts tasks. And for like the quick easy things, like probably I'd go with the battery. Even weighing out like the pricing or whatever else, like it's cheaper for a corded all around, even after you do get a generator, because you're going to need a generator regardless with your battery tools to charge your batteries. So yeah, probably the battery power is most used, I would say, generally all around over. Like everyone seems to have one just like tucked away in their toolbox or their workshop. And corded are getting harder and harder to find, but definitely still worthwhile when making long cuts. All right, you guys, like we'll do another video another time. I gotta go back to doing that thing I do. Okay, later.